Before ordering or fitting a tow bar, it is recommended that you conduct a full examination of the vehicle to determine its suitability for a tow bar installation. In particular, check for any physical or rust damage in and around the rear of the vehicle. Also, check for anything that may hinder or preclude fitting, such as LPG systems or other modifications. Next, check to see what types of tow bar are available for the vehicle, so you can offer your customer the best choice. Bosal UK Limited offer an extensive range of quality EC-approved tow bars for various applications, enabling you to tailor your choice to match your customers' individual needs. Full electrical kits are also available, and if the item being towed is a caravan, a twin electrical kit may be required to power additional items like onboard refrigerators. Prior to any work on the vehicle, it is recommended that you perform an inspection of the rear bumper area and the back of the vehicle. Make note of any scratches or damage that may be there before you fit the tow bar. Standard protection items, such as seat covers, should also be used. When the tow bar arrives, check the kit contents against the fitting instructions, making sure there are no missing items. Next, remove the floor card and the spare wheel. You may need to remove the spare wheel from underneath the vehicle if that's where it's located. You'll also need to remove parts of the interior to access the bumper's fixings. A standard upholstery removal tool should be useful here. Remove all nuts and bolts from inside the vehicle attached to the rear bumper. You may find some fixings are hidden. For example, on this vehicle, the light console needs to be removed along with various seals and upholstery. Once all fitments have been removed, enlist the help of a colleague to lift the bumper away from the vehicle, taking care not to drop or damage it, then store it in a safe place. Once the bumper is removed, the vehicle's cross member will be exposed. On rare occasions, this cross member will need to be removed in order to fit the tow bar. If this is the case, make sure to give the cross member back to the customer, since it will need to be refitted should the tow bar ever be removed. Begin fitting the tow bar's main frame to the area specified on the fitting instructions. Here it is fitted to the back of the cross member. At this stage, leave all nuts and bolts loose to aid with placement and fitting, tightening only once everything is in place to the specified torque settings. Next, the braces are fitted to the main frame and chassis. It's important to note that the chassis will have undersealer in place to prevent corrosion. This undersealer must be removed before fitting the braces. Failure to do so could result in the undersealer rubbing away and in turn cause the tow bar to become loose. Once removed, coat the area in galvanic spray to prevent corrosion. Then, check bolt hole captive nut areas for easy bolting of braces to ensure damage-free insertion during fitting. Once the main frame and braces are in place, it's time to offer up and fit the tow bar head using the supplied bolts. Next, fit the electrical harness. In this case, the harness is so constructed that when the tow bar is not fitted, it can be swung up to leave a clutter-free bumper when not in use. Ensure this harness is also only loosely fitted. Once the entire tow assembly has been fitted to the vehicle, all nuts and bolts, apart from the electrical harness, must be fully tightened to the torque settings specified in the fitting instructions. It is vital this procedure is done correctly, checked and then checked again. Failure to do so could result in a serious accident whilst towing. Check whether the vehicle is fitted with a CAN bus system, multiplex wiring system, or standard wiring loom in order that the correct electrical kit is selected. Bosal offer both universal and vehicle-specific wiring kits, together with a Smart Connect solution for CAN bus vehicles. Following the kit's instructions, route the cable from the boot to the tow bar, fitting wires securely to prevent rubbing, and using rubber grommets to prevent water from entering the boot. Wire the plug following the fitting instructions color allocations for the individual wires. Secure the plug to the electric harness. Then follow up by fully tightening the bolts of the electrical harness to the cross member and checking the wiring loom is free from fouling. Make sure the electrical kit has a good, clean earth to prevent problems occurring in the future. Fully secure the wiring loom to the junction box compartment, then plug in any trailer modules that came with the electrical kit, followed by the wiring loom connector. Next, carefully consult the fitting instructions to mark the position on the bumper where the hole for the tow bar is required. Take care to make an accurate cut and to not spoil the cosmetics of the rear of the vehicle. Once finished, enlist the help of a colleague to reposition and bolt the bumper back onto the vehicle. Once the bumper is refitted and the electrics have been wired, fused and earthed, the system is ready to test. Use a lighting board or device that actually takes current from the vehicle. LED testers generally do not have the capacity to tell if the system will work under load. Ensure the light board displays the correct signals from the vehicle, including audio alerts if applicable, and check the wiring if faults occur before proceeding. Once the electrics have been tested and are working properly, the vehicle is almost ready to go. On this AK6 detachable tow bar, a key is required to unlock the head. Once unlocked, push and twist the tow bar neck to remove. Once released, the tow bar is primed and ready to be refitted. Locate the neck, pushing it up as far as it will go, then snap it down. Finish by locking the neck and removing the key. Finally check by vigorously shaking the tow bar to make sure it's secure. Remember to use the supplied blanking plate to plug the tow bar hole, preventing dirt and clogging when not in use. The vehicle is now ready for towing. For details on load limits and maximum towing weights, refer to the tow bar fitting instructions and the vehicle owner's manual. Copies of the fitting instructions and EC approval documents can be downloaded from Bosal's online catalogue. The fitter and vehicle owner should also be mindful of any legal restrictions on the vehicle owner's license as imposed by the DVLA. Check the appropriate categories. For assistance with your installation, please contact the Bosal helpline or send an email to the support centre. Bosal UK would like to thank you for watching and wish you every success in your tow bar fitting venture.